against the law to look this damn good. Watch out now. Cause baby, I feel real good and I wish I would. Watch out now. It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good. Watch out now. Everybody watch out. Watch out now. I'm ready for a good time, and I came to groove. The whole band's here, and we came to move. Got a fresh haircut and 2 new shoes. We're here all night. Like
Wake up! Yep, it's that time again for Vape AM, brought to you by vapers1.com. I am your host, Anthony Ramella. Yeah, I got up a little bit earlier this morning, so I am a little bit more awake than normal, and that's just not good news for you because I'm going to be a little on the edge this morning, but that's okay. No, don't have anything like horribly terrible to talk about today. I do have a news story that I haven't seen out, and when I got the information, it was only a couple hours old, so this should be good for the rest of the day. Well, those of you that come over from Facebook, welcome. We've been trying to work this out all month to get some of our followers from Facebook over here, and it's working. We have upped our subscriber count, so thank you for those of you that have subscribed. We do kind of the same thing every morning, little birthdays, little history, and then I do some Wake and Vape news, this little short videos in the morning, just to kind of get your day rolling, kind of give you something to think about throughout the day, and maybe challenge you to talk to a smoker about vaping. So let's get on to some birthdays though this morning. So got some pretty good ones today. Jack Black's birthday is today. Jack Black is, what can I say about Jack Black? One of the funniest guys that I've seen on TV and movies and things like that. Really enjoy the School of Rock. Was one of my real favorites of his. So I really enjoy Jack Black. So happy birthday to you. Armie Hammer's birthday is today. If you don't know who that is, I'm not talking about that box of stuff in your refrigerator. Armie Hammer is actually an actor. You may not know him by name, but if you look him up, I'm sure you would recognize his face. But he's one of these big guys. Kind of looks like a real life Aquaman from like the old school Aquaman with the blonde hair and whatnot. So happy birthday to you, Armie. And last but certainly not least, Shania Twain's birthday today. She makes me feel like a woman. I love Shania Twain. I'm not a country music fan by any stretch of the imagination, but once you look at her, you can't help but be a fan. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, like I was talking about with the contest, we do have this going on for just a few more days through the end of the month. So one of the things on the contest we need you to do is like or dislike, subscribe, and comment on the video. Now I'm going to give you a word of the day at the end of the video. You'll need to put in your comment so that you can be part of the contest, and I'll explain a little bit more about that later on. But that word of the day comes up at the end of the episode, so it kind of forces you to watch. But I'm not mean. It's just that's the way we're running this thing. So. All right, so let's do a little bit of history because we always do a little bit this morning. This is history on a little bit more of a serious note. In 1963, 200,000 march and demonstrate for African American civil and economic rights in Washington, D.C. I felt like this was something that needed to be brought up because how it relates to vaping. I really feel like right now there needs to be a physical action that happens to kind of deal with this vaping situation. We need to kind of all come together and show our support for this. And every time I go back into these history moments, it's always like these big groups that march on Washington that actually get some things done. Either we're talking about the Vietnam War, we're talking about civil rights, even something as simple as the FDA having control over supplements. All of these things have shown to get changed by physical actions about a group of people standing up for what they believe in. It doesn't have to be, an angry protest. We don't have to beat people up, but you just need to be able to show our support. I know there is a thing going around right now that they are trying to put something together for Washington, D.C. I would strongly suggest, if you believe in vaping at all, that you get involved with this. It's going to be the one time that we all come together and make a stand for vaping. So my little 2 cents worth this morning. All right, well, we usually go on to some Wake and Vape news, and I will here in just a second, but those of you from the Ohio area, you may be familiar with WTOL. It is a Fox affiliate here in the Ohio area. They called me yesterday and wanted to do a quick interview about vaping. So I got to spend a few moments with one of the interviewers and talking about things. So I watched the episode last night that they aired at 5 o'clock, and they cut me down to about 4 seconds of information. Tried to get as much out as I could about that, but they were trying to show about the dangers of vaping, and I was trying to change that perspective. So if you have an opportunity to talk to somebody, just try and give them as much information as they can. Yes, they're going to cut you up really bad, but as long as you're putting truth out there, they don't have any choice but to at least add something that in there, because that's all you're talking about. The biggest thing I was trying to get across with that yesterday is basically education. Being informed, making an informed decision about vaping, I think is the best way. If you're informed and you still decide that it's not for you, I'm okay with that, but I just want you to be informed about what the truth is and not what the media is spinning this to be. So just my little 2 cents worth on that. All right, well, let's get on to some of that Wake and Vape news. So I was reading around the internet yesterday, found this on the Independent, and from the information that they had posted there, this was only a couple of hours old. Now, this information is a little new to me, I guess. I was under an understanding, and this changed my understanding, but unfortunately, none of this is really good. So the title of the article was Tobacco Firm Philip Morris International in Talks to Reunite with the Altria Group. Tobacco giants Philip Morris International and Altria Group are in talks about a deal that would reunite them after more than 10 years since they've split operations. I'm going to read some more of this. The companies broke apart more than a decade ago, bowing to pressure from U.S. investors who wanted higher dividends and more share buybacks. The move was also pitched as a way to set free faster-growing overseas operations while the U.S. businesses were entangled in smoker lawsuits. But times have changed. Altria has recently diversified its portfolio with investments in vaping and cannabis, giving the company more growth potential even as fewer people smoke cigarettes. Well, isn't that fantastic? So what happened is Philip Morris International just broke ties with the U.S., allowed one of their subsidiaries to deal with all the lawsuits that were happening in the U.S. so they could spread their disease and death across the whole world instead of just to the United States. Now that things are working very well for Altria, since they have decided to buy into a vaping company who has always shown themselves to be the devil of our industry and continue to do so, and now they have actually purchased a majority share in a CBD company out of Canada that does business in the U.S. You guys know I hate this stuff. I think that the problem is that these big corporations are going to try and come in and take over, and it's going to cause us nothing but problems. Having a big tobacco company attached to CBD is not a good thing. This is not something that you want to have. You wouldn't want to have Hitler attached to a cancer cure. But in this particular situation, that's basically what we've done. We've taken things that are very healthy, things that are much of a harm reduction, and then we've put them in the hands of the people that got us here in the first place. I am 100% against this. I would never buy anything knowingly that these companies produce, because I just think they are evil and I want to see them die. So if that gives you a little insight on how I feel about this situation, and I hope you guys feel the same way, and I'm guessing probably most of you do because you're watching this show and you know my opinion on this kind of stuff. These large companies who want to continue to buy into these companies who have worked decades to get to where we are now, they're just throwing so much money at them that some of these people just are unable to resist. And when it comes to Juul, I mean, Altria came to them after they were in their infancy. I mean, if you're a college student and you make a product and then you become a $30 billion company in 5 years, you're going to make some mistakes. I don't think they see this as a mistake yet, but hopefully eventually they will, because that's exactly what it was. You cannot be involved with big tobacco and expect not to be demonized in the American eyes. So, and probably across the world as well. So that's my little bit of vaping news from this morning, but it was fresh enough that I wanted to get this out to you guys as soon as possible. So let's talk about this contest. So basically what we're doing is we're trying to get people from Facebook who are going to probably not have vaping groups in the near future because of Facebook's new crackdowns, somewhere to go to get their vaping stuff. So we've got, a lot of followers on our Facebook page, not so many subscribers on our YouTube page. So we want to encourage them to come over with this contest. So it felt like it was kind of a win-win. We get something, you get something. So we're giving away $25 a day. And basically all you have to do is comment with the word of the day. And then at the end of the month, which is coming up here really soon, we're giving away a $500 gift card to one lucky winner. And that's going to be a Visa gift card. So you can spend that on whatever you like. So basically like, subscribe, and comment. And the word of the day you want to put in your comments is hashtag #TenaciousD. Hashtag #TenaciousD. Those of you that don't know, that is Jack Black's band. So just a little fun something for today. Well, you guys, you know we love you. And here at Vape AM, vapers1.com, and everything that we do here at Vapers, we always have the same goal. Stop smoking or you're gonna die, all right? So that's all I got for you guys today. I love you, and that means I'm gonna see you tomorrow. We've been flying for days. I need a drink. I know a place on Vaping. Have a drink, relax. I think you're just being paranoid. We've been flying for days. Relax. Have a drink. I think you're just being paranoid. I know a place on Vaping. I know a place. Vaping.